Okay, next.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi. I just finished playing this game, Quantum Conundrum, that you did a bunch of voice work for, and I was wondering how you came across that role, how you were approached for it, and how interesting the character was to you to do just the voice work.
I was walking, in terms of approach, I was walking down the street. All of a sudden, 3 guys jumped out. They put a hood over my head. They stuck me in the back of a car, a van I think it was, drove me to a secret location, and made me do that voice work. I got a call asking whether I would like to be in the show, and I said okay. And I didn't know anything more about it. I mean, you know, nobody knows about these things. I mean, when I did Star Trek, they called me up and they said, "We'd like you to audition for Star Trek." I went, Star Trek? I mean, didn't they already do Star Trek? So we walk into these things sort of, you know, it's like walking into a room, not even knowing whether it's a big or small room, with clearly the lights off. And you just kind of go, oh, where am I? So that's how it is. And it turns out I've had people come up to me and say that they enjoy it, right?
That's the reason I bought the game.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, yes?
Were you also kidnapped by Bronies to make you work on My Little Pony?
Oh, was I kidnapped by Bronies to make me work on My Little Pony? I got a call, just not unlike Quantum Conundrum, and the call was, do you want to do, and it's for this amount of money at this time of the day, this time of the week, or would you be free? And I said, well, send me the script, and I looked at the script, and it was good material, okay? It was good, it was a good script. So I went, sure, why not? So I went there and they, you know, oh, hello, you know, Mr. Lancie, hello, John. It's so nice of you to be able to know. I'm walking in and I'm mostly concerned about, oh my God, I hope that my eyes aren't going to start flipping around on me. And, you know, not too much, enough coffee, but not enough, but too much coffee doesn't work. At the end of the day, who knows, and stuff like that. And I knocked it out. I had prepared it the night before, and I worked it. Oh, one thing about your son, what have you, is that I used to say to myself, and ultimately to students also who had this, I would say, hey, listen, you know, maybe it takes us a little longer at the top of the morning, in the beginning of the morning, to put our pants on. But it's what you do with the rest of the day. Okay? So that's it. So that meant for me, I just had to work harder. I just have to work harder. You know, when I learn lines, it's harder for me. And Patrick is a brilliant line learner. He's brilliant at it. For me, it's agonizing. But my wife, who is also brilliant at it, she says, yes, but you know, John, the difference between you and me, she's saying, is that when you have learned your lines, you are completely full-blown. You're ready to go. You take the entire process along with you. That's how you work. For me, or for a lot of people like that, they only bring their lines, so they become wonderful line rememberers, but they haven't brought the whole process with them. But it's so, okay, so in any case, so I went there, I did it, I prepared the night before, I did it, and that was it. And then 3 months later, I walked down to my computer and I'm inundated, I mean overwhelmed by all of these emails.
Oh, this again.
And I called up to my wife and I said, and I read a couple of them and I went, oh my God. I said, Marty, what do you know about My Little Pony? She said, well, it's a cartoon that you voiced about 3 months ago. And it's for little girls. I said, well, let me tell you something. These aren't little girls that are right.
I'm missing some excellent chaos here.
So I went through the exact same thing that everybody goes through. Like, you know, I was like, well, you know, they're rather flamboyant and they're, you know, all this type of stuff. And I went and I told a friend of mine who came over that night for dinner. And I told him, and he sort of chortled about it. Oh, it's sort of weird, isn't it? And he said, well, we ought to do, and he's a documentary film guy, and he said, we ought to do a documentary. And I said, no, I don't want to. And then I came to a convention, and a bunch of kids, essentially, I can call you that since I'm about 40 years older than you are, most of you, came up to me and they introduced themselves as Bronies. And I went, oh, well, I recognize these people. I recognize them as being the beginning of what Star Trek was like. What I heard that Star Trek was like, because I came in as second generation, next generation. And I said that they're great. They have, I don't know, there's such a smile on their face, and there's such a wonderful sense of the possibility that things can be. And they go, well, it's about friendship and about being kind and considerate, and I don't know. Yeah, it's terrific. And then
Chaos is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Not as wonderful as friendship.
And then my friend sent me an article from Fox News, which was, Bronies are all a bunch of homosexuals who stay at home on food stamps and on disability so as to be able to watch a cartoon show. And I went, that is really wrong.
Our friendship remains. And if you want to remain friends, you'll stop thinking whatever it is you're thinking and help us clean up.
Fine. But I don't do windows.
I mean, that's wrong on many different levels. It's just not right. It was done to put a spin on it, and it was one of those really surface spins that made fun of people at their expense to be able to, and so that's when I called them up and I said, okay, I'm in. Let's do this documentary. These people need some space from this type of dishing. They just need some space. And how much do you think it would cost? And he said, well, maybe 60, probably 80, but maybe 60 to be able to cover a convention like this, a 2-day convention. You have, 2 or 3 cameras, and then the editing, and the getting the people there, and stuff like that. And he said, I want to do it through Kickstarter, and I said, be my guest, whatever. You're the producer, you handle it. And the community offered $340,000.
Wow.
So we really, we would have taken it seriously at 60, but we really took it seriously. And we said, okay, how is this money going to be used? And we said, well, let's see how big this community is. Well, we sent teams to Israel, to Germany, to England. We've included all sorts of different people involved. We've been able to add animation to it, which these things cost a great deal of money. I had no idea. And so we are now in the post period, and I'm hoping that certainly by Christmas, that we'll have a show that so many people wrote us and said, is this something that I'm going to be able to show my parents? Is this something I'm going to be able to show my friends? Is this something that I'm going to be proud of? And we're not doing an expose. We are doing a mirror of a new group who is willing to brave the ridicule of being 20-year-old guys who are watching a show for 10-year-old girls. Because there's something special in that show that makes them feel good about, and take those ideas of how you behave towards each other in terms of being friendly, and to apply them to themselves, and then ultimately to apply them to the world. And I feel at this stage in our history that we really need something like that, given the acrimony and the bitterness that seems to be going on. So that's why I lent myself to this project.
Isn't it great to be different?
Realize this is information we could have used hours ago?
I rob you of a valuable lesson about being princess? What kind of friend do you think I am?
Accepting yourself, you'll become a shining star.